When it comes to landing pages, every aspect is important. You need an engaging headline, enticing copy, a fantastic user experience, and of course, a clear, and dare I say, irresistible call to action, or CTA. And I've said before, the CTA could be anything from a download to registering for a webinar or opting in for an e-letter or buying a product. Whichever it is, the CTA button itself can make all the difference in driving conversions. But what makes a CTA button effective? Hi there, it's Adrian from Numero Uno, and in this video, I'm going to reveal 4 factors of a CTA button and how to make sure that you maximize the effectiveness of each of them to help boost your conversions. So let's go. Okay, so the first factor is the button text. The text on your CTA button is your opportunity to make a direct and compelling appeal to your audience. Simple, concise, and benefit-driven text performs best, and here's how to nail it. First, you want to answer the why. Your CTA text should explain why the user should click. So words like get, download, or start paired with a benefit like save 10% today or get free access are highly effective. You need to also address anxiety. If visitors hesitate due to uncertainty, incorporate reassuring language. So for example, start a free trial, no credit card required, can ease concerns about financial obligations. And remember that clarity is key. Avoid vague phrases like submit or click here. Instead, explicitly state what action the customer is taking and what they're going to get in return. So, for example, instead of learn more, use see how we can save you time as the text on your CTA button. Okay, the second factor is button size. So when it comes to size, your CTA button needs to strike a balance. If it's too small, it risks being overlooked. But if it's too big, it can be overwhelming to the user. So keep these tips in mind. Make sure it's easy to spot. Your CTA button should be big enough to catch the user's eye, but remain proportional to other elements on the page. Remember that hierarchy matters, so distinguish primary CTAs from secondary ones. So for instance, a buy now button should be more prominent than a learn more button. And keep it readable. Ensure the text on the button is legible and stands out even at a quick glance. So for example, a bold button with sign up free in large, easy to read text will outperform a small, understated button or even just linked text. Okay, number 3, button color. Now, color isn't just about aesthetics. It plays a crucial role in drawing user attention. And here's how to approach it. First, you want to use contrasting colors. Your CTA button should stand out against the page's background. So for instance, if your page uses a lot of neutral tones, a bright orange or a green button can immediately grab attention. Avoid one size fits all. So while some claim specific colors universally convert better, the truth is that it depends on your brand and design. What works for one audience may not work for another. So do some A/B testing to see what works. And I'll talk about A/B testing a little later in this video. And remember, consistency is key with brand identity. While contrast is key, ensure that the color isn't jarring or off-brand. So for example, if your page background is white or light gray, a blue or red button can create the contrast needed to stand out. But if blue or red is against your brand guidelines, then try to stick to a contrasting color that matches your brand. Also, here's another pro tip. Contrast doesn't apply to just the button's background. It also applies to that text color. So white or black text against a bold button will ensure readability at all times. So don't try to match different shades of color for the text on the button. Make sure you use either white or black. You can even maybe use yellow, although that's getting a little outdated. Okay, and the fourth factor is button placement. The placement of your CTA button is one of the most crucial factors and can significantly impact how many users are going to click it. So here's how to get it right. Should it be above or below the fold? Now, above the fold is commonly suggested as placement for a button, but it depends on your page. So for simple offers, above the fold ensures quick action. But for more complex offers, placing buttons below the fold after explaining your value proposition may increase conversion. And white space matters. So surround your button with plenty of white space to make it stand out. Avoid cluttering the area with unnecessary items like unrelated links or some text or social media icons. And make sure it connects with content. So your CTA should feel like a natural next step. And so don't place it too far from relevant copy or images, or it may seem disconnected. So for an example, on an e-commerce site, a product description followed immediately by a bold add to cart button ensures relevancy and encourages action. Now, before I get into that A/B testing, remember to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Okay, so the benefits of A/B testing for CTA button. Optimizing your CTA buttons isn't just a one and done job. It's an ongoing process, and this is where A/B testing becomes invaluable. By experimenting with variations of text, size, color, and placement, you can gather data on what resonates most with your audience. And here's why A/B testing is so important. It gives you data-driven decisions. So rather than relying on assumptions, testing allows you to make decisions backed by real user behavior and preferences. It'll also give you higher conversion rates. Small tweaks, such as changing the text from learn more to see how we can help, can have a significant impact on your click-through rate. So you want to test that and see which one works better. Continuous improvement as well. Marketing trends and user preferences evolve, so regular testing ensures your CTAs remain optimized as behaviors change. And they can help challenge existing norms. Some established practices, like using certain universal colors, may not work for your brand. So testing lets you validate what works best for your unique content. Like for example, of A/B testing, test whether a start free trial outperforms try it free for 30 days. And then similarly, experiment with placing a button higher or lower on the page to determine optimal placement. The key is here, only test one element at a time because you want to be able to track if it's working or not and be able to pinpoint what is actually working. Okay, so some final thoughts. Your CTA buttons are the bridge between a curious visitor and a conversion to a customer. By focusing on text, size, color, and placement, you can create buttons that encourage action, guide user behavior, and ultimately boost your conversion rates. But remember, no formula is universal. Combining these best practices with consistent, and I underline, consistent A/B testing will help you fine-tune your approach and ensure that your CTAs are tailored to your audience's preferences. And for more tips on CTAs, you're going to want to check out this video.